Hey guys, today we'll be covering a 2017 romance film called Closest Love to Heaven. The movie starts and we are introduced to Nina Okamura, a high school girl. Her classmates always bully her because of her appearance. Nina's bangs cover her eyes, preventing her from making eye contact with others. She has a crush on Yuji Kira, a handsome classmate. We also learned that Yuji has a heart disease and doesn't have much time left. One day Nina comes across Yuji in the park helping a bird. Soon after, Yuji sobs, saying he doesn't want to die. After hearing this, Nina approaches Yuji and nervously expresses her love for him. She also cuts her bangs, revealing her eyes, and vows to stay with them till the end. Yuji doesn't respond because he is both perplexed and shocked. Nina then flees in embarrassment. Nina returns home and her mother compliments her on her new bangs. She enters her room and converses with her parrot. Nina expresses her feelings about Yuji, who lifts her bangs and places a heart-shaped sticker on her forehead. The next day Nina walks towards school where she sees Yuji waiting for her. She cannot believe her eyes when she sees Yuji standing next to her. Nina tells herself that he is more attractive up close than he is from a distance. They soon arrive at school where everyone is surprised to see them together. Later in class, Yuji approaches her and learns about her parrot. He eventually discovers that Nina adores animals. Nina and Yuji go to the zoo after school, but Nina is still nervous about Yuji. He asked Nina to be his guy, and Nina, an animal lover, shows him around, sharing information about the animals. Nina talks non-stop as their nervousness fades away for a moment, but they soon enter a photography booth to take their picture. Yuji pulls her towards him, making her shy, and they take a picture together. Nina remembers her wonderful day when she returns home, and a few moments later she overhears her parents discussing Yuji's disease and his short life. This is when Nina considers making him the happiest person alive till the end. The following day they walk to school together. On the way, Yuji's friend Mio Yahogi approaches him. Mio and Nina meet, and Mio attempts to make Nina jealous by claiming that she has been sleeping with Yuji for years. However, Yuji quickly clears the air by stating that Mio is his hospital bed neighbor. Following that, they proceed to their class. A few moments later, Yuji's other friend Kazuhiro Yabi approaches Nina and asks if they're dating, to which she quickly replies no. Later, Nina learns that Yuji's birthday is approaching, so she asks Yabi about Yuji's birthday. She then rushes back home and begins making plans for his birthday. Nina bakes and decorates a beautiful birthday cake. Watching this, her parents assume that she has made new friends and are delighted. The following day, Nina hands out the invitation cards to Yuji's close friends. Finally, the day of the birthday celebration arrives. Nina decks out an entire restaurant with flowers, balloons, and birthday decorations. A few moments later, Nina's friends arrive at the birthday party and compliment her lovely decorations. Mio also shows up at the party, but she doesn't seem to like Nina since their first meeting. After noticing the birthday cake, Mio takes Nina to the corner and scolds her. She tells her that she should be careful about Yuji's health problems and shouldn't be giving him cake to eat. Nina listens to Mio innocently and apologizes to her, claiming that she was unaware of it. Meanwhile, Yuji arrives at the party and is taken aback by the elaborate arrangements. Everyone wishes him a happy birthday and has a good time at the party. Nina stands behind and watches Yuji having fun with his friends. Yuji and his friends walk back home after the party. On his way back, he doesn't see Nina and asks his friends about her. Mio informs him that she left early. Yuji eventually discovers that Nina was the one who planned the entire birthday party. On the way, Yuji meets Nina's mother, who informs him that it is Nina's birthday today. She also thanks Yuji for celebrating Nina's birthday, mistaking him for the party's organizer. Hearing this, Gucci becomes sad and starts looking for Nina. Yuji feels guilty for not knowing it is her birthday, especially since she planned a special birthday party for him. He begins to look for Nina everywhere. Elsewhere, Nina is sitting on a beach trying to convince herself that she shouldn't give Yuji the beautifully decorated cake. She is about to toss the cake into the garbage when Yuji intervenes. Nina is taken aback when she sees Yuji, who warns her not to leave without permission. From now on, Yuji takes the cake box from her grasp and unboxes it. He becomes emotional after seeing a lovely cake with his name on it. He removes his shirt and reveals a tattoo on his back. Yuji claims he obtained it to demonstrate he's not weak. He shares he has always felt alone even though people surround him. Yuji continues by saying that he always thought of death, but Nina has made him smile unexpectedly. He then expresses his desire to be with her, to which she gladly agrees. Finally, Yuji kisses her and wishes her a happy birthday. The next day, Yuji stands in front of the class and declares Nina to be his girlfriend, warning everyone not to mess with her any longer. They begin to spend time together and appear to have a good relationship. At Christmas, they exchange gifts. Nina keeps a daily notebook in which she writes everything. One day, Yabi invites Yuji to accompany him home from school, but he declines, claiming That Ninan is waiting. He also tells Yabi that having a girlfriend is a good thing. Time passes, and it is now January 1st. Yuji and Nina are sitting in a restaurant when Mio and Yabi arrive. Yabi appears to be drawn to Mio, whereas Mio is irritated to see Ninan with Yuji. So when Yuji isn't present, Mio displays a photograph of Yuji and her sleeping together. Devastated by the picture, Ninan flees the scene. Immediately when Yuji finds out about it, he rushes to Nina and convinces her that there is nothing between him and Mio. The misunderstanding is resolved, but Nina expresses her jealousy. Yuji thinks it is adorable and asks if he can kiss her. Meanwhile, Mio and Yabi arrive and see how happy they both are. Yabi tries, but fails to impress Mio. Just when everyone seems to be happy, Yuji suddenly experiences chest pain, prompting them to summon an ambulance and transport him to the hospital. Following this, Mio informs Ninan that days like this will happen often and she can escape if she desires. Ninan responds that she adores Yuji and will remain with him indefinitely. Hearing this, Mio is touched and finally accepts Ninan as a friend. Meanwhile, Yuji's father arrives at the hospital and stays with him in the next scene as Mio and Nina walk back home. Mio reveals that Yuji needs surgery, but he has decided not to do it. She says that Yuji's surgery is hazardous and could result in death right away. At the hospital, Yuji regains consciousness and discovers his father beside him. His father asks him if he's uncomfortable, but Yuji says he's okay. His father then asked about Ninan, to which Yuji responds that he has discovered the meaning of life because of her. Nina is at home thinking about Yuji when she receives a message from him saying he is sorry for today. Nina grins as she reads the message. She also sends him a message asking what he needs for the upcoming Valentine's Day. Yuji in the hospital smiles as he receives the message and responds. Nina on Valentine's Day, they go for a short walk in the evening. After a while, Nina invites Yuji to her house because her parents are not home. Yuji looks perplexed after hearing this, but he goes to her house. They are about to kiss each other when the nun's parents arrive and inform them that their plans have been cancelled. After a while, her father asked Nina and her mother to excuse them so that he can speak with Yugi alone. Her father initially expresses gratitude to Yuji for becoming friends with Ninan, but he disapproves of their relationship. He also tells Yuji that if their relationship develops further, Ninan will find it more difficult to move on after he is gone. After hearing this, Yuji departs in sadness. Ninan rushes to stop Yuji, but her father stops her. She asks whether he said anything hurtful to Yuji. Her father advises her to consider the future, but Ninan is unconcerned. She yells at her father, declaring that she will always be with Yuji. Her father slaps her immediately upon hearing this. Ninan then goes outside to look for Yuji, but cannot find him. The next day, Ninan walks to the spot where Yuji used to meet her, but she doesn't see him. This time she goes to school by herself, but she doesn't see Yuji there either. Worried, Nina asked Yabi to contact Yuji, but the phone doesn't connect. Meanwhile, Yabi receives a call from Mio, who informs him that she knows where they might find Yuji. Yabi then tells Nina to wait there and promises to bring Yuji back. In the next scene, Yabi dashes towards the graveyard where Yuji's mother is buried. On his way, he recalls Yuji, telling him that he wanted to give Nina a precious gift, a promise of the future. He then finds Yuji in the graveyard as expected and attempts to persuade him to return to Nino. However, Yuji tells Yabi everything and firmly believes that her father is correct. Yabi continues to claim that Nian has a future, but Yuji disagrees and says they can no longer be together. After hearing this, Yabi yells at him, saying that no one can guarantee the future and that his chances of survival are not nil. Yuji is finally convinced after hearing all of this and thanks Shabi for coming to see him. Yabi then leads Yuji towards Ninan, while Mio leads Ninan towards Yuji. Yabi takes Yuji to a church where she meets Mio. Soon after, he is surprised to see Ninan dressed up as a bride. Yuji hugs her tightly before she speaks. He then confesses his feelings for Nina and informs her that he wishes to marry her. Nina also agrees, stating that she also wishes to marry him. Following this, Yuji decides to have surgery to live with Ninan in the future. Both of them are delighted and are about to kiss when Yuji's father and Ninan's parents intervene. This time, Nina's father is on their side and everyone is rooting for them. As a result, they get married happily. In the next scene, Ninan rushes to Yabi in class with a letter from Yuji in her hand. Yuji describes the United States in the hospital where he is being treated for his surgery. In the latter, Nina also returns the letter to Yuji, stating that Yabi and Mio are now together. They then communicate through letters expressing their love for one another. Nina is concerned after learning that Yuji's surgery is scheduled for next month. Time passes, and the day arrives when Ninan can reunite with Yuji. She rushes to the exact location where Yuji used to wait for her. Ninan fails to locate him. Devastated, she decides to leave, but then she hears a voice from behind and notices Yuji. They are overjoyed to see each other and walk away hand in hand.